Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? GM, welcome to GM Chat. We'll get this thing started. I only got about 20 minutes. I got a meeting to get into, but I wanted to make sure that I did pull up. Like I said, I'm trying to make sure that I keep the flow of all of this. And even if it's just 20 minutes, man, it's better than not doing it at all. But you guys know how I like to do this. You know, I like to start with quote of the days, make sure everybody's mindset is kind of on the same page. And we'll be back with the daily stream later on this afternoon, probably around lunchtime. I'm just thinking that's going to be when it is. Maybe it'll be later. But anyway, the quote of the day today is let me make sure it looks like you can hear me. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. Something I heard from Mike Tyson, and it rings true. Like, if you hate running, you should probably run. If you hate dieting, that's probably what you got to do. If you don't like to save, no, it's probably something that you should focus on. Like the things that you're not strong at, that's always the target, at least in my opinion. If your goal is to get impressions or engagement, you got to figure out whatever is making that thing click. But discipline is the key. Doing the stuff that is harder to make that your strength. Like that's the secret with all this shit, man. Like, for real, for real. Discipline isn't always easy. Sometimes you got to push through the stuff that you don't love, but doing it with the right mindset, it can make all the difference. Like, doing it because you know that it needs to be done, making sacrifices. Like, for me, there's things I want to do, there's things places I want to go to, and it's going to require funds. And there's certain things I'm not going to be able to partake in or do, or whatever the case is. And I really don't care too much because I know that the end goal is so much better than where I'm at right now and what I'm trying to do. But we'll get there. But it takes discipline, and discipline, like I said, it's not always easy, but it's worth it. So, anyway, back to the intro here, guys. Welcome back, GM. Welcome to the chat. I'm SMS, and this is our morning show. We kind of go over just a little bit of mindset stuff like that, and probably just going to take a look at the market, do about 10 minutes on Bitcoin and Solana. But I'm SMS, bringing you the latest in crypto and Web3 today on GM Chat. Like I said, we're just diving straight into the market, taking a look at the charts, seeing what we got going on there. I think there are some moves that are about to be made, but we'll see how that plays out in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks. I did post a video today. It's pinned to my profile if you want to, or the account. I don't know what you call it here anymore, but check it out if you guys like the content I put out. But big shout out to Marinate Finance. I became a master chef with them a few weeks ago, having a good time creating content and growing with the team over there. Working with DD Gaming Labs has been a lot of fun. We're getting things set up for Discords, getting some interns, and we're also looking for new creators. So if you guys are looking to become an intern and start trying to figure out how to grow as a creator in the space, that's the kind of people we're looking for. We're not looking for people that are asking for $10,000 for a fucking video. We're looking for people that want to be part of what we're doing here, or understand that there's targets and goals and metrics that you have to hit. The main thing is finding people that align for the purpose. That's the biggest part about it. Otherwise, it's just a job, and that's kind of, I don't know, it's not the best, in my opinion. So make sure you align with the position that you're trying to get. If not, just understand it's a job. You work for somebody, they're your boss. That's the end of that. But I'm also part of the Zeus working group. Shout out to the Zeus network and everything going on there between BTC Soul, Lightning Fi, Apollo, and like I said, the Zeus network. They got some other apps and some other things coming up around the corner, but mainly having a good time over there, learning a little bit about how Bitcoin is coming to Solana, man. We have the liquidity of Bitcoin at the speed of Solana. That's incredible. Like, I don't understand where people don't see that. And I think that the biggest issue or pushback on that one is the security. But I don't think people that are worried about security are looking into, hey, how secure is this? They're just assuming, that's not secure as Bitcoin. It's like, yeah, well, you also sound like a boomer now. So they do a little bit of research and find out what we got going on over here. Be more than happy to break it down. Something we got cooking in the background over here will help with that issue. We'll get there when the time is right, working with the team to make sure everything is set up, all of our ducks in a row, I's are dotted, T's are crossed, all that good stuff. As far as spaces, guys, I haven't been running spaces lately just because other things are going on. I haven't really felt the need to. I've been jumping into other spaces more often. That's been a lot of fun. Being a co-host on spaces is something I haven't done a lot of at all. Mainly, I just have to run my own spaces. But I've been able to partner up with Nick from Gambles. We had an amazing space Monday. Over 100 people pulled up to that one. They've got a couple spaces this week with different guests. I think Nepa's on there right now. Then there is Quicks tomorrow. I think you got Thursday or Friday, and then there might be somebody else. I can't remember exactly. But Nick is like hosting with different co-hosts every single day, so it gives it a little bit of a change of vibe, a feel, and all of that. But it's always bull vibes. But I had a lot of fun doing that. Looking forward to next Monday, getting the week start for you guys. I start my weeks on like Saturdays and Sundays, just because it compounds. I get ahead of everybody. It's something I kind of suggest to everybody. Like, if you know everybody's waiting and they're like, go touch grass, go be lazy. Well, just think about this. How come professional athletes don't touch grass and like not play on Sundays? How come businesses, still open up for business on Sundays? Like, why is it a norm to like dedicated a day to like, I'm not doing shit, so when the week comes I'm trying to cram it all in? That's why people don't like Mondays, because they do that. But I don't know, that's just me. I don't have a family like most people, and most people are trying to get away from the family anyway, so it's like I don't know what to tell you guys, but don't wait for anything. The more you wait, that's the faster I'm picking up. Like, when I see somebody say like they're being lazy with their content, when I see like a bigger creator that has a bigger audience, saying hold me to this, or they're gonna get back on it, I'm like, fuck yeah, they've already taken a step backwards. They're already not willing to do what it takes. This is perfect. Like, that's the shit I want. Like, that's like going to play basketball with somebody that did not practice and they did not have that natural talent. And when you put that together, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So when you have this person that has a larger audience, but they're not putting in the work, they're just kind of talking about the best thing for themselves, it's like, man, that gives you such an advantage. And the more and more you do it, you got to think about it. How many weeks in a year? Multiply that by 1 or 2. You have that many chances to get ahead of somebody. Everything else is fair game. You're battling against a monster at that point. But if you can continuously show up for yourself, that compounding effect, just like with investing, it will show out, and you'll pass people easily. And they'll be like, how the fuck did you get there? It's like, well, when you took the little touch grass weekend, we're out here cooking. So that's just my 2 cents for that. Not everybody's going to take that advice, but the people that really want to make it, really, really want to get it done, they start ahead of the time. They give up sleep, they make the sacrifices. That's the discipline part. That's the part that people don't like to do the most. So do what you got to do with that information, man. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just kind of explaining my journey and how I'm getting into it. But that's another part about what I want to get into as I pull up this page right here so we can take a look at the price action. I want to start sharing a little bit more of my journey, a little bit more about where or how I got here, and what's going on, where do I see myself going, and all of that kind of fun stuff. So this is Bitcoin on the daily chart. Each of these little ticks is a day, all the way back to, what the fuck is this, 2019. We have, last bull run, we saw a little bit of that action go down. So what is this line right here? Well, I'm looking at this as if it's a cup and handle situation. How far from here to the top, like, that's how you measure it. But since this is right here, this technically, I guess, should be down to this guy, like right where these tops are at. And then you have your handle, right? So you have your cup, your handle. This is just a little TA lesson for you guys. When you have this breakout, oh, no, hold on, I did that wrong. This, fucking everything up now. You take this guy and you find your bottom here from the handle, like, see where that trended all the way down right there? It doesn't have to be perfect, but the distance from your low point here to where the cup and handle is met, and you have that line straight across there where you filled the gap, that distance is typically what this shoots up. So when you are trying to chart and you're trying to find your position for profits and all of that kind of stuff, keep that in mind. That's something that definitely helps me out when I'm looking for longing and shorting positions. And what the hell did I do here? Wow, my phone updated. Sweet. Awesome. Now, let's go here. I'm just double checking something on mine here that I should have done earlier. All right, looks like we're good. Sounds like good. Anyway, all right, back to this. This is Bitcoin. I got 8 minutes, guys. I got to roll. So we're going to be pretty quick with this. Let me just go ahead and move over to the hourly chart. No more lessons. You guys should have learned what you got there. So when I was charting this out here, I was showing you guys, hey, we are on a downtrend, and I was spot on with it. Like it all came all the way down here, all the way down here. We were watching it, and you know, our trend of this, it started changing, and I was like, all right, well, let's just kind of watch this and see what happens. And I mean, it could kind of followed the downtrend a little bit, but it wasn't as perfect as I wanted to be. It doesn't have to be perfect either, because um, that's not what we're doing. We're just kind of looking for a general idea of where things are at. But when you see this here, you got almost a double bottom and not the exact same price point. That could be a bullish signal that we're going to be going up. But overall, this looks pretty good. This looks like you've reversed completely. You got a nice W. You got a nice uptrend right there. Deviated from where we were at, which is sweet. And let me pull this out to the 4 hour. 4 hour looks pretty good. So if we're looking like the overview, all of these are just different levels of support and resistance I've been plotting along just to see kind of like where this is going to go, if I'm going to be looking too short or long this position. But when you look at this, you kind of have, you call it a little bit of a downtrend right there. It's not as significant as as it this was or anything of that nature, but it did reverse. We are filling the gap right there. We're working our way up. We need to make a higher high. We need to establish a higher high on this one for this to continue going. And it kind of looks like it wants to, but the fact that it hasn't yet, and we're making lower lows again, like trust me, zoom out. Don't take this as law, but just keep your eyes on this and keep watching those points. I mean, we could be at a good point to see this kind of explode and start rocketing up. I've been watching this pretty closely just to see kind of where we're at. The other thing is this could be a point where we are double topping and triple topping or whatever, and it could come down from there. But I mean, this double top, you see how it came down overall. If we see this action, we're not making higher highs, it's probably going to come down. This box right here is where I think when we do, ultimately cool off and go through a cycle, I do think that this is the level that we could get to somewhere in this area. That's 80 grand, and this is like 60 grand up. So that also tells me that I think 160 to 140 isn't, or 120 to 160 isn't completely off the table. Maybe that's crazy numbers, but what we're looking at here is, see this guy? Same thing I was telling you guys. You plot this from the low point to where the cut or the gap is filled, and you put this up here. And if this was to shoot up here, this is $140,000 right there. Will it go like straight up? Nah, this is going to take some time. But that's what we got on this one. I've been watching this daily, just trying to get a good understanding of this chart and see where it goes. Had some good luck with some trades by understanding where the market's at with that. We've got 5 minutes. I'm going to make it like 4 minutes actually, and I gotta go. This looks pretty bullish though. It looks like we're coiling up here. It looks like this wants to run up here. I think Solana, and this was my video was about this morning, was Solana's lagging. There's all of the excitement, the reasons for it to move, but it just hasn't. This followed the same downtrend that Bitcoin was at, but at a lower point. Here's our high, close to about 300. We barely got to 180 here, and it didn't look like it wanted to. It kind of came up, and then as soon as we tapped that same point right here, see how you kind of watch that line all the way across, came right back down. We caught ourselves right here where we got some bouncing points, about 120 or so, give or take, 130 maybe. Yeah, 130, and then it bounced up there. But like I said, this is kind of coiling on the 4 hour. This could be moving its way back up to the $190 $200 range. All of that works out, that's great, but we still need to get to 300 to break an all-time high. Until that happens, we're just going to watch this closely and see how it plays out. Now I'm going to take a look at this. I got 4 minutes, guys. So I'm going to rush this one a little bit here. Let's take a look at the daily here. There's our rocket. That's what we wanted to see. But again, this would be your gap filled right there, new all-time high. All of that's bullish, but we did break down pretty drastically like this to find this point right here, and then it came right back down again. So that's why I'm like, I don't know about this right now. Look at this price action. Look at this price action. Look at where we're at. I know we're in a different year, different situation, whatever. Just historically, these things tell you that. If you look at this year on year, we're only up about 9%. We've been here before. This is nothing special for us. We're trying to get the hell out of the woods. So just keep that in mind. But we are looking to see if we could break through this 200 and then start working our way back up to break all-time high, get to the 300 and 400 ranges. But like I said, you got to watch what the chart's showing you. Let the plays come to you. Don't try to, push a position. I did get liquidated the other day because I wasn't paying attention. I thought I closed my position. I did not close my position. Didn't have a stop loss on. I was fucking pissed about it. A couple $100 down the drain. But that's how it goes, man. That's win and loss. I've definitely made more than I've lost, but even one loss is shitty. It takes all the glory away. So 2 minutes left, guys. But as you can see, it's been kind of just going flat all the way across here. I mean, you can say, yeah, you ran up here, but it came down lower. So that's great. Did you sell here? Probably not. You're probably holding on for dear life, looking at the $1,000 range. And that's what ultimately I do see all of this going to is, oh, look, we got another rocket here. Just throw it up here for fun. This is how I chart, guys. I use emojis and I use fun things like this. But we're looking for this to catch right here. We want to break this double top and look situation. Like, I don't really consider that the top, even though we did make a new all-time high. If you draw a line straight across here, that's the strongest point of support or resistance, which is resistance. Right here, both times this is come back down, come back down, come back down. So we need to make this a W. We need to make this to meet all-time high. We got to break through and set a new pattern, and we'll be in an uptrend. Otherwise, this could get into this position. Do we come all the way back down to fucking $28 or $8 to $20? No, I don't think so. I think $100, maybe a little bit lower, but like this would be my point right here. And this is the last thing we're gonna go over. This is like a little bit of a breakout point in the very early days. And then when you look at this, bounce, 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 break down, fill the gap, bounced, shot up, bounced again there. So we're just going to watch those levels and see what happens from there. But guys, I got to roll. We got a meeting in about, I don't know, 30 seconds or something like that. So you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll catch you on the daily stream later on this afternoon. Maybe we'll have some guests. Maybe we won't. But you guys will see when the time comes. Take care. Be safe. Don't be afraid to take profits. Make sure that you secure that capital and, find another entry if you need to. But it's your money. It's your wallet. It's your life. You get to write the chapters. Don't listen to anybody else but your gut and yourself. And that's it. All right, guys. Take care. Peace.